It's tough out here. I don't care what some of these content creators do in their channels, showing you the very, the very glamorous side of things. So while we're out here, it's just not that glamorous. In fact, but I don't mind it. Okay, so let me just put it that way. Like, you have to have thick skin. You have to be able to accept the fact that there are people going to give you a hard time out here. You're going to have nights where you get a knock on the door and you're asked to leave. Some people freak out. I had a guy just last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, come by where I was, honking his horn, yelling, carrying on. Some people don't like it until they're in that position. It's funny though, perception, it's fickle. So when I say stuff to you like I'm having to spend a lot of money on propane or gas or repairs, it's more of the dark side of this lifestyle. It's not pretty, but I think it's worth talking about. I just see so many of these other channels showing you great views and everything, and there are. I mean, hey, come on, let's face it, this is pretty damn awesome. But at the same time, there's a dark side. There isn't a dump station within 100 miles of here right now, because the one I was going to is down for at least another week. So I have to go find a spot, and I might have to drive an hour both ways. It takes time. It isn't always fun. That's the thing. I haven't had a shower. Well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't washed my hair in 3 days, but I'm used to that. I'm a hiker, so I'm definitely used to that. That's not a problem for me, but I think it's something I need to talk to you about. I need to let you know so that you don't get the wrong impressions about it. So if you do ever think about going into it, you've got your eyes wide open, and that's important. I think that's the value I'm trying to bring regarding being out here, living like this, having to put up with inconveniences, having to worry about from day to day how you're going to deal with certain things that we take for granted when we live in a house or an apartment or whatever. And we have all the conveniences. We have hot water. We have heat. We have water, period. I mean, that's I should say that instead of saying hot water. Sometimes you don't have water at all. So, these are things that I think need to be talked about more. An example of this would be laundry. I haven't done laundry in weeks. I wear the same top 2 days in a row because I don't have a lot of clothing on board. So I have to switch out seasons. So when I go back in a few weeks to Ontario, I'll switch over to my summer clothes and empty out all my winter stuff to make way and make room, more importantly, because room's a premium. Space is, wow, I can't even tell you. Like every little square inch of my camper is counted for. Everything has its place. I have to get rid of something in order to introduce something else. We don't have the room that we're used to having when we live in an apartment or a house, or I have to rent a storage unit, and it costs me $300 a month for that, just to shuffle my stuff in and out of the camper the oftentimes insecurity of being in a place that you're not sure of. I've had many a night where I wasn't sure if the cops were going to come, or if somebody was going to come and try to rob me. These cause some anxiety sometimes. You just don't know your surroundings, and you try very hard to relax and stay comfortable, but you can't. You lose sleep sometimes. The weather. I got flooded out about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the weather caused me a lot of anxiety. Still, if I'm close to water now, I have to be careful. I have to stay vigilant. Let's just say that. Surprise costs. I bought a $2,000 inverter system for the rig, and it's acting up. Right now, for a little while, I'm lucky because I have a warranty, and so that's fine. But what if I didn't and I had to replace it? $2,000. I'm gonna need tires soon. $4,000 for a 1-ton truck. you just don't see talked about on a lot of these channels. First aid, healthcare, insurance, health insurance. If you're out of state, out of province, out of country, something happens. You get bit by a snake. I know this sounds dramatic. You get bit by a snake, you fall, you break a leg. Maybe you have an encounter with a bear or a cougar. I'm out here right now with signs everywhere saying cougar warning. Now, I don't feel too bad. It's daylight and there's people walking the trail up and down, which is great, but it doesn't negate the fact that those situations are there. So taking care of your health, you know, is important out here. Eating properly, part of your health as well. I try to cook every day. It's so tempting and so easy to just see, you know, a fast food outlet and say, oh well, hey, let's go grab a quick burger or something, or, you know, a soda pop. We call it pop here in Canada. You know, but you fall into a trap. And of course, now you're nickel and diming yourself to death too, because you go spend 10 or 20 bucks on a meal, on a drink, snack, chips, whatever. I try not to. I don't, in fact, most of the time. You know, but you have to stay diligent when you're trying to take care of yourself out here. It's harder. It's much harder to take care of yourself out here than when you're in one spot, because you put down roots. First of all, you have a single mailing address, which is a problem for me out here. I have a friend 4,000 miles away that I'm sending my mail to, but I have to go back there, get the mail. These are just a few examples. There's dozens more that you have to think about. It's just not pretty. You also have to plan for stuff like having an accident, being without your rig for a while. Very early on with the camper, I had to put it in for warranty. It was only a week, but I tell you, my whole life was just turned upside down. I was camping, I was in my truck sleeping, I was at a hotel, so extra expense, very tumultuous. You just don't enjoy those times. And yes, these times, like look around, it's phenomenal, are great. These times are great when it all comes together and works. Well, I should say it's half the time. The other half the time, there's anxiety, there's financial time that you have to spend maintaining, doing chores, propane, gas, groceries, healthcare, water, dump, laundry. It's not what everybody's telling you it is. And then there's the other part of it too, which I'll go into. A big part of this is that it's a movement. People are, for various reasons, either forced to live this lifestyle or they choose to. Either way, it's getting crowded out here, y'all. It really is. It's gaining the attention of the authorities. The authorities meaning government, police, local, federal. People are seeing opportunities. Businesses charging. Just here on the island alone, you want to go to a camp spot with full service? $80 to $100 a night. You might be able to get a month for $2,000, $2,200. But the days of free camping are slowly disappearing. It's getting harder and harder. You get chased off of spots, you know, threatened with fines, and I wouldn't say imprisonment, but I'm sure if you repeated it, it would happen. Loneliness. You have to deal with loneliness out here in this lifestyle. Family and friends. You don't see them all the time, unless you stay in that area, I suppose, but what's the point of that? You may as well not even be in this lifestyle if you're not going to travel and enjoy your life and live your life to the fullest. You know, it's important. You know, I sometimes get lonely. I'm a person who has no problem being alone, so it's not always a problem for me. It really isn't. But I do know people that it is a problem for, and they just can't be alone. Some people that I know, they can't be without a partner. And I understand that. I get it. I grew up very alone. I was with people and so on. I had family, but sometimes you need more than that. You just need human connection. And even though you see a lot of people every day here, out here, you don't feel connected to them. You don't miss them when they're gone. Your friendships, those are the ones you miss. The people you love in your life. I don't get nearly as much contact to those people out here, being out here. I've noticed that in the last year and a half being out here. It didn't bother me at first, but as time is going on, it bothers me. So the question you might wonder about is, if I had to do it all over again, would I? And the answer is an emphatic hell yeah. There's no question that I'm out here and I love being out here. For me, it works. Would it work for you? Well, that's something you have to decide. You know, I think I've done my job in telling you all of it, and that's important. That's what the purpose of this video is for. For those who are either considering it or are doing it or are forced, you know, whether it's by choice or forced to do it. These are all very important things to consider, and I just don't think you and shows you that side of it. So I hope this video helped you. It is great. You know, even though I'm showing you a lot of the negative side of it, it's not negative. It's just, I just want you to see all of it. Whew, 11-mile hike, or 11-kilometer hike today. For me, that's pretty good. That's 6-7 miles. That's enough. Let's go get it.